Hey everybody. Um the first video that I ever did that I wanted to do for my YouTube channel was a rough start. The main reason why I deleted the video was I felt like I needed to set an example. But being transparent, that's all it's about. And I'm not about to continue to hold in anything about how I'm feeling, yet alone even feel bad about expressing my healing. So to be transparent, I have been diagnosed with chronic depression, or as the DSM-5 book says, major depressive disorder. Some mood disorder. Not somebody that needs to be in a psychiatric hospital, yet alone getting the police called on them. So now you have this situation that you're trying to manage and keep under control, yet alone even take your meds for it. And I'm just trying to deal with it, but I kind of, in the back of my mind, I kind of figured that I've been having this for a long time. I just didn't know who to go to even know that if it was depression or not. And I wanted to actually start off my video getting to the root of the trauma that I've been through. So it all started when I was 8 years old and my neighbor's son molested me. I never told anybody that, but when I finally started talking about it, it was like in my early 20s, and everybody thinking that I'm just making this up, and I know what I saw and I know what I've dealt with, yet alone even just going through it with that person who did that to me. And it was so hard, yet alone I was so scared. But I'm like, why would you try to do that to me? And I was the most biggest tomboy ever growing up. Because people are sick. People are sick. That happened. So you thinking that you can go to your father, who's supposed to be your protector. He didn't believe me at all. He did not believe me. So I literally had to bite my tongue and just let that sit with me for most of my life. My mama believed me. She definitely believed me because she knew how he was. And I was always the outsider. I was always the outsider in the neighborhood. I was the outsider, basically. But I was literally left in that house by myself. Because this is how it happened. I went to the bathroom and I walked out. Nobody was there but him. He molested me. He molested me. then afterwards, it bothered me for a long time. I didn't want to be around nobody, yet alone even wanted to look at my father, my own father, because he didn't believe me. But it's all good. I asked God to remove the hate from my heart with it, because I didn't want to have that hate towards my dad, yet alone the person who even did that to me. And after that, I'm going through most trauma, like a lot of trauma, with experiencing my mom in and out of the hospital, being sick constantly. Me and my sister always getting checked out of school because of her being sick constantly, and we have to go see about her. My mom was on kidney dialysis, but yet alone she was my best friend, because that was the only person that understood me. And I'll never forget it. I don't know if it was one of our uncles or what, but somebody in the family had passed away, and it really took a toll on her, and it really broke her. So she got sick real bad. And I know for a fact, from what I remembered, she was on kidney dialysis for 10 years, I think specifically 10. And her kidneys was getting infected. So it was one night in the room, and she was trying to get to the bathroom, and the catheter she had busted. Like, blood was literally just gushing everywhere, and she had lost a lot of blood. And I think that was the time I think that was the time, from what I've remembered, that she was in the hospital and she had lost 13 units of blood. But after that situation happened and she was in a rehab hospital, she had got better, but I just felt like things got worse even more, because my mom was back in the hospital again, but she was losing her conscience. She was losing her conscience. And the only thing that she said clear, the only words that she said clear was, "Thank you, Jesus." In the midst of her dying, she was at the hospital, and that was the only thing that she said clear was, "Thank you, Jesus." I'll never forget that time. It was literally a lot of people that was at the hospital, so we all formed a prayer circle. And for some reason, my older sister just started praying. And I didn't know if she was at peace that she saw my sister praying again. I don't know. But after my sister prayed, she died. But all my mama wanted us to do was just find Jesus. And at the time, I didn't think I could do it without her. And then when she died, everything went south. Everything went south. Everything went south. After she died, I didn't know what to do. And that's when my anger started flaring up a lot. I was mad. I was frustrated about a lot. And I was just mad that my mom was taken from me. But everything really didn't hit me until I got older. And when I started college, because when I started college, it's like I see everybody with their moms, like, you know, moving in, happy, smiling, taking pictures and stuff like that. But I couldn't even have that experience. I just felt so low. Like, it was a good day that I started college, but I just felt so low because I didn't have her. But back to my point, everything went south. I started drinking. I was 17. And every time, like prior to me drinking at 17, I never had a good relationship with my father at all, because I saw what he's done to all the women in the family. I saw what he's done. And growing up, it kind of grew that resentment. I ain't gonna say kind of, it did grow resentment against him, because I never wanted to be bothered with him at all. But I tried to push through it. I tried to keep pressing on through it. And I tried to be open to just letting him be my dad. But it was more stuff. It was really more stuff. It got to the point to where the verbal abuse got terrible. I got to the point where the physical abuse got terrible. But I'm gonna really be transparent. Like, growing up, when my mom was still alive, like, we would really go to church every Sunday. It is not a day. It wasn't a Sunday that we had to deal with the antics from my dad, where he would just take his frustrations out on all of us in the house. Sometimes he used to hit my mama. And we had to walk in church like nothing happened. And I'm not about to continue to hold that in any longer, because that was trauma. Like, why do we have to walk into church and act like nothing happened? Why? Just to put on the front for the pastor? Was to act like we were so perfect, we was the best family? Like, nothing was perfect at all. Nothing. Nothing was perfect at all. And me and I was the baby daughter. All I did was cry. But I didn't say anything, because it's a typical saying that black people always go through. What happens in this house stays in this house. And that's what caused most of the trauma with black families. That's what caused most trauma with black families. That's a myth. I can say that is a whole myth. What happens in this house stays in this house, and it's not fair for somebody to go through something like that and they can't really say how they feel, yet alone even receive the mental and the emotional help that they need to get out of that. That's what I went through. And the only reason why my heart has been filled with gold and built with gold is because I have this thing in my mind that I don't want to let my mama down. And at the same time, I just don't want the same thing happening to me that people do to other people. It just grew on me to love people, but people don't love other people back. And I've come to the realization of that. People don't love people back. And the stuff that I went through since I've been here, it's like I gotta keep my mouth shut because of people getting insulted. But I'm tired of that. I'm tired of biting my tongue. And I'm tired of people making me feel as though expressing my feelings and my emotions is such a bad thing. I know what happened to me, so I'm going to talk about it. Even if it means making people feel uncomfortable. Because I know they have a lot of people that express how they feel. They dog women, women dog men, all this other stuff, and make people feel at their lowest. At their lowest. But to sum this video up, I seriously think that that's where most of the trauma started with me. Well, that's where the trauma really started with me. I've seen a lot. I've witnessed a lot. And most of all, I remember. And I'm getting tired of people making me feel like whatever I talk about is lies. And it wasn't lies. I remember what I saw. So to sum this video up, I just want you guys to know, don't let nobody ever make you feel low about yourself, yet alone make you feel so bad to talk about what you're going through. If you're going through something, say it. Don't feel bad because they got other family members making you feel as though expressing yourself is so wrong and you're insulting your family. How are you going to get through your healing process if you can't speak up on anything at all? How am I going to get through it if I can't be transparent about my life? So, how are you going to get through it if you can't be transparent about your life? So this is my first video of being transparent. I'm going to get to more, but I feel that I needed to do this today and have a new start with what happened previously. But I hope this can be encouraging to anyone that's going through something. I just hope that my story can touch somebody. And this is really, this YouTube channel is really my cry for help. Because I need it. I need all the help that I can get. Whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically. I need all the help that I can get. To all the people that pray, my faith has fathomed. My faith has been torn apart bad. But all I ask is that the people who pray, who are strong prayer warriors, just keep me uplifted. Just keep me in prayer. That's all I ask. Pray, P-R-A-Y, for me, not P-R-E-Y on me. It's a difference. I will continue more with my transparency, and I will continue more with these videos. And I hope that each video that I post on my YouTube channel can be a blessing, or touch somebody, or even want to make people change their thought process of wanting to encourage and help people and be there for people. Just let it be. Let your healing process begin, starting today.